Okay, well, welcome. So today we're talking about oils for every age. Some of it will, I've got some feedback, 1 second. I might put you on mute, is that all right? And then you can just, oh, you've put yourselves on mute anyway. So some of it will resonate with you, some of it may not, or somebody you may know in your life is going through certain things and it will just crop in your head that you have learned something today where an essential oil may help their health. So thank you for joining this morning and welcome to Oils for Every Age. So to begin with, we're actually just going to talk about the pregnancy and a product that I think I actually use all the time, but they recommend is really good for pregnancy too, is called the Terrazyme. So we really briefly touched on this when we were talking about the nutrition and supplements, but Terrazyme is a whole food enzyme which you can take when you have your any meal to really help with your digestive process. For me, I particularly like to take a Terrazyme when I eat something that I would find difficult to digest, such as meat. So it's something worth bearing in mind for everybody. If you have any digestive issues, this really enables a much more comfortable process in what goes on with our digestive system, but also incredibly good for pregnant women to take. And the oil of copaiba, which again is something that I use every day, is recommended to boost milk supply. I'm not taking it for that. It also has an incredible ability to support your nervous system. So if you find any kind of anxiety coming in, then it's something to really work with. I like to take this oil 3 ways. So it's something that I put in the diffuser at the end of the day with something like lavender if I've had a particularly stressful day or just feel like I need an extra little bit of calm. It's brilliant to support your skin, and it's also something that you can take internally to just have that sense of calming your nervous system. So if you were ever going into a difficult situation with a tricky meeting or something where you feel like your nerves can sometimes take over, then this may be something you want to look at. Basil and fennel is known as beautiful oils to support nursing, so that really can help with the milk supply. But a watch out is that peppermint is something that may not necessarily agree with little ones, so to avoid peppermint when you are nursing. So doTERRA oils are really all about the purity. They very much are the most tested and most trusted essential oils on the market. They really go to great lengths to make sure that they are the purest oil. So as I talk to you about all the different oils now that we can use on tiny little people to the elderly, and that's because they are really safe and nothing else is going into them. They are pure. Important thing to note when we're talking about applying oils to children is that they are diluted, because obviously their skin is very sensitive, so later on you'll see a dilution guide which really helps us, depending on who you are applying oils to, as to what dilution you should be working with. But to know that the On Guard roller is something that's already diluted and really easy to apply for all of us. So I use this on the boys, I use it on me. I used this product just this week because I was feeling a little something in my throat, and I took an On Guard and I swiped this On Guard on the soles of my feet. So again, it's something that if there's little people in your home, then you can do this. It's literally swipe it on the soles of their feet and it is supporting their immune system. And Tamer is an oil blend that's really there to support the tummy. So similar to Zengest, which you may have learned about when you initially came to the oils class. Tamer is more gentle, so it has spearmint in it rather than peppermint, so it's more gentle. If peppermint feels too strong and tingly on the skin, this is just more gentle, a really nice alternative. So these are oils to really support little babies for sort of constipation, gas, all those tummy troubles. Wild orange is there to support that. So you can apply that, diluting it with some fractionated coconut oil and massaging it into the belly. The oil of cardamom is really good to support upset tummy and congestion. Frankincense, which you are familiar with, is brilliant to support the immune system. And it's also there to support and get rid of the baby acne and cradle cap. Sleepy, fussy baby, someone who's going through some teething, Roman chamomile is a really good oil to use there. Again, sort of diluting and putting that along the jawline really helps there. And the oil of balance is wonderful to apply to the skin for any irritations that could be going on, nappy rash, that kind of thing. Oils for toddlers. So again, referring back to this tamer is really good to relieve any kind of tummy upset. I also use this on my boys that are no longer toddlers, but they still obviously enter tummy ache, that kind of thing. And I found it really helps with any kind of discomfort. So again, it's just applying it topically, working in the direction of your digestive system, really relieves any kind of pain, built up gas, that kind of thing. Tantrum tamer. So this is all about really diffusing the oils to support moods and that kind of thing. So this blend of wild orange and balance is there to calm and uplift moods. The oil of balance is there to support any kind of ear ache infection. So there's a couple of oils that you can use: basil, copaiba, melaleuca. We just discussed a few weeks ago about if there's an ear infection happening in the family, how you can just simply put some drops of oil on a cotton wool ball and place that in the ear. So never actually putting neat oils into the ear canal, but applying it to the cotton wool ball and putting that in and then massaging around the ear area. And lastly, this oil of karma is a beautiful blend of lavender, vetiver, Roman chamomile, and very nice to use at the end of the day. Again, swiping on the feet, pulse points, very calming. I actually really like to use this roller too. So when we talk about these rollers, and they're specifically designed with children in mind, but the adults can use them too. So they have a range for children, and this range I think has been brilliant for me. I've really used it to full effect with my boys, and they have really come to use their own oils now to really good effect. So they're already diluted, the different blends, and brilliant to use. They've all got like key names on them that really children know what they're going through and they can use the oil. Like I've really had some brilliant experiences with the boys when they were doing the homeschooling or study time, that they use the oils when they're doing that, or if they're feeling worried about something that's going on, and they'll use an oil and it'll start a conversation about why they're going through something. So not only is it there to support emotionally, but I really find that things like this have helped open up the line of communication in my home. Other things to support children, they do the supplement range. So the PB Assist is the probiotics, which we went through a couple of weeks ago. Really brilliant range to support sort of gaps that may be missing in their diet. I know mine definitely do, because they're just fussy eaters at this age. So I really believe in the power of supplementing them just to kind of fill in those gaps. And the On Guard beadlet. So I really believe in the power of On Guard as a fantastic blend to support the immune system. And I've noticed a good effect that when the boys come home and they have a sort of sniffle, or I feel like they're going to be coming down with a cold, then they will take some On Guard beadlets. And because they're so small, it's really easy for them to swallow, and they don't need to taste the oil, because I think with it being cinnamon, it's quite a spicy oil for them to actually take. Whereas in the beadlet, they can literally have one or two in the palm of their hand and take it with a glass of water and not have the taste of it. To note that in the beadlet, it is half a drop of oil. So if you have the beadlets and you're taking them as well, then like for me, I take sort of 2 to 3. But really good to have in your bag and carry them around all the time, because I think as soon as you get that sense of something starting in the throat or whatever the first sign of illness is for you, it's really good to take the On Guard oil to immediately support your immune system. Oils for continuing with supporting school-age children. So Stronger is a blend that is based on Guard. So it's really about supporting your immune system. It's more orangey than On Guard and less cinnamony, so it's more pleasant on the nose. And I am in love with this blend for rolling it into my mask. I use 2 different oils. Stronger is one of my favorites, and also the oil of air. So when I'm going out and I know I need to put my mask on, I'm really into the habit now of rolling or putting a few drops of oil into the mask, because not only do you feel like you are supporting your immune system when you do that, it just makes wearing the mask more pleasant. The oils of wild orange and vetiver. So really there is a really nice thing to diffuse oils when children are studying. Wild orange, as you know, is quite uplifting. Vetiver is something that's very grounding. So that combination works sort of in really nice tandem with one another. Rescuer, the children's blend works very similar to Deep Blue, but is slightly milder. So don't think it has wintergreen in it, but has other soothing oils. So really good if there's growing pains in your family, anything soreness with the joints. It's really easy to apply because it's already diluted, just simply massaging it into the area. And Tamer, I think we're now the 3rd time of referring to this oil. Once again, really good for any kind of tummy upset. So schooling, the teachers. Teachers should be applying balance to their feet in the morning to really help calm the emotions, and diffusing On Guard, because you are therefore opening yourselves up to lots of germs. So that's really good to have in your diffuser. Frankincense, a drop in the palm of the hand, so that will be there to just simply allow you to be calm and present with whatever's arriving in your day. And to end the day with something called Adaptive, which is a new blend. It's been out for a couple of months and really there to support all emotions. And it smells amazing. I really love the smell of Adaptive. So that sense of really taking care of yourself at the end of the day and having an Epsom salts bath and putting in your oils. Oils for students, wild orange and peppermint, which is a lovely blend that I use, gosh, all the time in this house. Really like to diffuse this first thing in the morning. I think it really changes the mood in the home. The blend, the roller of Thinker, so this is one that I think is really lovely to use for study time. It's got peppermint in it, so it's really kind of allows focus. And the oils of lavender and air to diffuse at the end of the day. So that sense of lavender for calm and air there for respiratory support. So I'm a huge fan of diffusing air, particularly as we're coming into autumn, winter. That goes into my boys' diffuser every evening. Moving on to the teens. So oils to support teenagers. Tea tree, also known as melaleuca, is a really good oil for supporting the skin. Any kind of breakouts, that kind of, it's an oil that I also use, not necessarily just for teen support, but that sense of whenever we get that breakout that we can use tea tree. Adaptive, there to support all the mix of emotions that come with being a teenager. So something that you can either apply topically or put in the diffuser. Serenity is there for the calming zenness at the end of the day. It's a really lovely blend of vetiver, Roman chamomile, lavender, and it's one of my favorite oils to diffuse at bedtime. Claricalm is known as the women's blend. And I was just writing down all the different oils that are in this that I'm reel off to you now. It's a blend of Roman chamomile, cedarwood, ylang ylang, geranium, fennel, and carrot seed. And the reason they were talking about how, or I've been researching how this really is there to support your cycle throughout the entire month. So you can use this oil and apply it to your womb space every day for 30 days, and you will notice a difference in the way that you feel during your cycle. That's kind of like the challenge that they present, the Claricalm. When I first bought this blend, it was not necessarily something that I really loved the smell of. It's very heavy on clary sage, and that wouldn't be one of my favorite oils. But I do find, particularly the week before my cycle, and you notice my mood can be a little different, shall we say, and then I start to use this. And I think it's just about being really in tune with your cycle and knowing when to call upon the oils to support you. But yeah, I haven't done the 30-day challenge. I should, and then I can probably chat more authentically about it. But actually, in just researching for this class is when I discovered that there is that whole like do it for 30 days and notice a difference. An alternative for the study is an oil blend called In Tune. So once again, I've used this. I really like this. It's something that applied to the temples and the back of my neck and really allows you to focus. So if you find that you're doing quite a lot of work at the computer and your focus is wailing, or you're on too many Zoom calls during the day and you just need a sense of bringing focus and attention to your work, In Tune blend is designed for that. Teen boys support, pretty similar to the girls. Tea tree for the immunity and blemishes. Peppermint beadlets is there to have a fresh breath. Wild orange to uplift the mood, but also wild orange is it's an unusual chemical constituent where it's there to also be quite calming as well. So it's something that you can think about diffusing at bedtime, as well as lavender and other calming oils. Wild orange is also there to support sleep as well. Deep blue for the muscle support, and In Tune for study and focus. Oils for every age, continuing into our teenage, in that they do a really good line of skincare known as HD Clear skincare, which is basically to balance all the oils so you're having really nice skin. And this is also a really nice time to support to start with the supplement range and to take half a dose, which is there to fulfill the gaps that may be missing in their diet. Diffusing oils is really a brilliant thing to get into the habit if they have a diffuser in their room, or maybe while they're study, just to change and to support their mood and support their study time. And also referring back to Claricalm, that this is there to use consistently throughout the month for hormonal support. Moving into adult world. So the lifelong vitality supplements are really there to support any nutritional gaps that are missing, increase energy, mental clarity, and decrease inflammation. Oils for us ladies. So bergamot is an oil that's really there to support us for any stresses that come up for us and to improve our self-confidence. So I have a practice where I use the oil of bergamot and I put it on in this part of my ear known as the Shen Men. It's going back to acupressure points. And you can work with essential oils and apply them to your body to really help bring your body into homeostasis, that sense of being really balanced. So in the morning, I put the oil of bergamot on my little fingertips here and just spend a moment connecting to this point of the body. And you can do it from 1 minute to 3 minutes to reset your system. And if you get into this practice and close your eyes and just do some gentle breathing, you will notice a physical state of change in your body. There'll be this sort of little shift, and that's when you release this point. But it's really fine-tuning what's going on in your body. I have to say, I really recommend that you try it. And even if it's not with the oil of bergamot, then choose your favorite oil and just spend some time working with this acupressure point right in this point of your ear. The oil of adaptive, there to support emotions and anxiety. This also comes in a roller, so something that I'm really enjoying applying topically to my pulse points. To support your sleep, the oil of serenity, to either put on the soles of your feet before you go to bed, put it in your diffuser before you go to sleep. And obviously it comes in a soft gel format, so when your sleep really enters a time of flux and you feel like you need a little bit extra support, I really recommend the soft gels because they are very calming on your nervous system, so therefore help calming that mental chatter when you're going through a busy period in your life. Claricalm, again, there to really help you support through your cycle and any kind of tummy aches that may come about. And Deep Blue as well, I think, is something that I use quite a lot should I be struggling in that area. And Immortelle is a really beautiful blend to support our aging skin. So in this blend are very fine oils: frankincense, Hawaiian sandalwood, lavender, myrrh, helichrysum, and rose. So just as a watch out, quite often doTERRA will run a promotion on this blend, and that's generally when I get it. And not only that, the whole thing is pure essential oils. So this roller isn't diluted with fractionated coconut oil. It's actually pure frankincense. It's full of the pure oils. So I tend to, when I get this, sort of dilute it. I kind of put half of it in another roller and then top up with a skin loving oil. It may be fractionated coconut oil or jojoba or argan oil. All of those are really good for your skin. And then I use that as a facial serum. So I kind of roll it into my hand and dab it and then apply it to my skin before I go to bed. It also smells really good. So yeah, I highly recommend it, and watch out, as there is always, every year they do at least 2 deals on it. So maybe look out for that the next time it comes around. Oils to support the menfolk. So copaiba is there for immunity and dry skin. So something that the men can look at. Zengest is there for the support of the digestive system, any kind of upset, tummy. Again, you can take this internally, 1 drop in a glass of water, or apply it topically. Marjoram is really good to support the sleep, snoring, and phlegm. So I didn't know about that and did a bit of research on marjoram. And it's also really good to use as a soothing, calming massage. So something that can be applied topically to sore muscles. Deep Blue there for muscular support, and wild orange to uplift the mood and calm the mind. So quite handy to know if we're coming to Christmas, dare I say that word, but if you're thinking about gift ideas, this may help. So referring back to the power of diffusing the aromatic and how the oils can really support us. Citrus Bliss creates an environment that is uplifting and free from toxic fragrance. So just referring back to something that we touched on last week, and the power of, you know, diffusing the oils and knowing that that's doing a lot of good, and using the pure essential oils to add fragrance to your home rather than other toxic alternatives. Topical application and the power of applying oils to our skin physically. Motivate is a blend that again comes in a roller. It's there to kind of be used as when you're struggling to really get yourself going in the day. So I have this, I use it with In Tune, depending. In Tune is way more sort of potent and more, I can't think of the scent is more harsh, should I say, whereas Motivate is more citrusy. So more, for me, I prefer the scent of Motivate. But I use it in a similar way. So if I'm just having that day where I'm struggling to get some things done, using that oil topically, rolling pulse points and breathing that in. So just getting into that habit of, you know, brilliant of having rollers that you can have in your bag or have on your desk, and then they're just there so that you can use the oils to support what's going on in your body in a particular moment. Internal use, just that reminder of the benefits of taking the citrus oils internally do wonders for your reducing toxins in your body and flushing them out. Use up to 24 drops internally for optimal health. So depending on what oils you are taking, know that you can take up to 24 drops. So it's quite a lot. I mean, for me, I have a daily routine where I would take frankincense, 1 drop in the morning, and that's as an anti-inflammatory. I have several drops of citrus because I like to drink as much water as I can throughout the day. So it really just helps me drink more water, because I find if there's something in it, then it's just a bit more pleasant. Oils to support us later on in life. So just to be aware that older that we get, our skin will become more sensitive, like when we are born. So just to serve as a reminder to make sure that diluting when applying topically and to thinning skin, and the power of taking supplements when you're entering that late stage of life to support joints, to improve energy, and to protect and nourish the brain. Bone Nutrient Complex is a supplement that is also available, and then you can take this alongside the Lifelong Vitality, and it's there to help maintain bone mass and density, providing 100% of our daily recommended amount of calcium, magnesium, and it also contains vitamin D2 and vitamin D3. So this is the dilution guide I mentioned a little bit earlier. To note that obviously when we're dealing with tiny babies and elderly, that the dilution is greater than for us right now. So it's just there as a reference of what we can be diluting. I mean, we can actually go really quite heavy, and I'm sort of depending on the area of the body where I apply neat oils. Obviously, if it's tiny, I go neat. If it's a larger area, then I'll always dilute. And doggies, we can apply the oils to doggies. So yeah, I do quite often apply Zengest diluted to Benji's tummy if there is something going on. So I don't know if you've experimented with that, but definitely worth bearing in mind. Symphony of the Cells. So this is something that I have probably started to study 6 months ago. So this is a very brief introduction to a program that I think has had brilliant results for a lot of people. So I just shared, there is a little book, and it's all about applying oils to the spine. And the spine is obviously where a lot of our nerves are. And this is really about bringing your body into homeostasis. And so there are different protocols to follow depending on what's going on. Maybe it's for you, maybe there's somebody in your family that is struggling with a certain ailment, and you can apply certain oils to their spine. There's a certain protocol to follow, and it's really about healing, using these oils to heal what's going on in their body. So I'll just briefly tell you a little bit about it. So the Symphony of the Cells is a collection of 16 essential oil applications, and it's all created by a gentleman called Boyd Truman, and he's been practicing this for over 25 years. Whether you are looking to help support a loved one, an ongoing ailment or illness, or integrating the use of pure therapeutic grade essential oils into massage or wellness, the practice of Symphony of the Cells is simple and effective. It is meant to bring harmony physically, emotionally, and spiritually within the body. Each of the 16 protocols focuses on a specific system or area of the body, allowing for the targeting of the symptoms and underlying causes of many ailments and illnesses. So it's very much rooted in Chinese medicine, you know, working, I guess, similar to acupuncture, those kind of things that's really designed to bring the body into balance. So just one that we're highlighting here is to support the cardiovascular system. And you'll notice that there are little sort of diagrams, and it's simply explaining what you do with each of the oils. So the basic protocol is highlighting the use of frankincense, where you will put this oil in the palm of your hands and allow whoever you are treating, be it yourself or somebody else, to inhale the oil. And then you take the oil along their spine and finish at the end of the feet. So it's always a couple of drops diluted with some oil, and you're rolling that oil along the spine and applying it to the feet. The important part about the protocol is that the oils are followed in order. So simply, for me, I've done the immune one. So a while ago, Neil was really quite sick over Christmas. And so I followed the protocol to kind of put all these different oils on his back. And you can see it's quite sort of self-explanatory, don't you? Lots of little guides of how to use. Most of them are either just simply to inhale and then roll along the spine, and then you always finish with the oil on the feet. But that's maybe something you can think about if you know that someone is really going through something and you're interested in a homeopathic natural way to support their bodily function. Then Symphony of the Cells may be worth considering. That's it, my beautiful people. Next week is essential skincare. So, do we have any questions? Thank you for joining. I still have a prize draw. So I'm going to put both your names into a pot. Let's see who is the winner. So today, the prize is one of the children's blends, which I also love to use because, as I said, it's they're just really good. And I use them all the time because I love to have rollers and apply oil. So today's blend is great. Okay, who's going to be the lucky one? Please, you're looking very serious. Okay. Kate.
Oh, thank you.
In the post to you.
Thanks, Gemma.
I'll just start the recording.